Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday. Holy cow, have we got a big show for you tonight. I am really excited you are here, and I am excited to be here too. It's been quite a week, let me tell you. We got a big show for you tonight. We got a big crowd in here already, and I got to give a shout out right out of the gate, getting a jingle in the jar, to Jane and Roger. Thank you so much. Yes, we're going to be talking about my new lights tonight. I'm really, really excited to share this with you. And it's just going to be so cool when you see these things. We got a lot of folks in the house already. This is so great. So my name is Scott. Welcome to my channel, YouTube channel. Go Small, Live Large. I'm going too fast already. If you're not familiar with what we do here, we help you be a better camper in your van, whether you're no time still researching, part-time taking cool trips of days, weeks, or months, or even full-time travel like myself. If you're a regular, see a lot of regulars in here, just thank you for spending another Wednesday evening with me. We go for 1 hour, and this is the big topic tonight, adding lights to my Class B RV, and I cannot tell you what a difference it makes. Speaking of lights, let me zoom in here for you. Right out of the gate, we're going to give you some value. So if you know what you're looking at here, tell me what we're looking at in the chat field down below. I took this at the Harvest Host site I'm at. This is a brewery, Ironshield. I looked up in the sky and I'm like, holy cow, look at that. Anybody know what we're looking at? You space nuts know what we're looking at. Okay, the one below the moon, that's a lens flare. The other two? These two dudes? Anybody know what they are? Hurry up, gotta type it in, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, that's Jupiter to the left of the moon, and to the right of the moon is Saturn. And if we had bionic vision, you could see Neptune nestled in between Jupiter and the moon. So we're standing on Earth looking at Jupiter and Saturn and our own satellite, where Artemis is returning, right, from doing a few rounds the moon. This is to me one of the coolest things about RVing, is being so much more connected to nature, and this is just a great example of it. What do you think of that? So tonight when you walk out and you look at the moon and you see Saturn and Jupiter, I'm seeing the same thing, so say hi to each other. Okay, what are we talking about tonight? This is our program for tonight. The off-road lights installed, I'm going to walk you through that. We're going to do a full video on it, but I'm going to give you folks all a heads up because you are the loyalist of the loyal here. So Libation Live, we're actually going to start that early tonight. It's been a really heavy duty week. And then we got a song of the week. One of you mentioned this, recommended I should say. So we're going to do that. And this is our Libation Live. This is Carnival, as they call it. It's a German style Kolsch beer. It's really pretty tasty. This is my second time staying at this Harvest Host. Let me roll forward a little bit more. Van event. I got a big van event to clue you into. We talked about this a little bit last week, and this is our exclusive YouTube Live with Embassy RV. Now, they are my partner. We work together. They pay me for some stuff, which is pretty cool, including this event coming up on December 16, 2022. It's a Friday, 2:30 p.m. Central. Terry Minix is doing a Q&A. We're talking about van builds. I'm really excited to have him walk through Embassy RV Year in Review. And we're going to be getting included with that their B Plus van, Cape Cod, as they call it, an update on that. And if you're shopping for a Class B RV that doesn't contain wood, black tanks, solar, or awnings, and you want a really different approach to a Class B RV, you don't want to miss this. It's the first time we've had them on quite a few months. They've just been so busy. Speaking of Embassy RV, are you guys ready for this? This is the van tour that Sherry did. She was our guest host here just a few weeks ago. The video her and I did has had 400,048 views. 448,000, almost 500,000 views of that video. Now, if somebody can tell me what I did special, and Sherry did special, I can't seem to duplicate it. But man, boy, that was a powerful video. Maybe I need to start praying or more, because that's a lot of views, and that made a big difference in channel growth. So I just want to share that with you. Pretty cool. Speaking of videos on YouTube, so we've had a couple. I've been a busy boy lately, ladies and gentlemen. This was released on Sunday, and if you're shopping for camper van products, please put this on your list. You will not regret it. You will thank me. It's one of the coolest blankets. Many of you have told me you love your Rumple blanket. Look at that video. Monday we released this, the first part of 24 Hours Living in a Parking Lot. And then last night we released the second half of that, living in a parking lot for the same 24-hour pier. This is part 2. And it's done pretty well. Nothing like the van tours, but nonetheless, it's been a fun video, and I need to make more of these. I just love these kind of videos. And this one, we're going to release this on Sunday. And many of you that know me know that I don't like the negative stuff, but unfortunately, it's what works on YouTube. If I put the grass is green, that will get no views. If I said somebody poisoned my grass or spray painted my grass, those are going to get a lot of views. So unfortunately, YouTube is very negative, so I got to pull that string. But what I'm actually talking about here is topics that are a current irritant to me and what I'm doing about it. So it's a legit, just a little stylized for the title. All right. If you like tours and tips, products, places, videos about that, you don't want to miss subscribing to the channel so you can get it on with the whole community here. It's really about your questions tonight. If you folks have questions, bring them in. Here are some of the topics. Any of these are fair game. And we got a few more things to show you here. And if you got a big, if you have a big, right here real quick, comment you want to make, you can go to my website and fill out the form there. Let's talk about this quick. So we do like your recommendations. We're getting more of those, which I appreciate. And thank you, Mason Mike, for the song tonight. Because this is not all about me. It's all about learning together. And it was kind of Roger and Jane that inspired me to get lights on my van installed. They've been on my to-do list for about 2 years. So it's those kind of things we do. We learn, we share, and you decide what to do. We do appreciate van tips. You get a jingle in the jar. That goes directly to the habit fund. I have many habits these days. Only give it if you feel obligated, and we sure appreciate every tip. Where am I coming at you from? Let me zoom in here for you. And I'm coming in from Lawrenceville, Georgia again. I've kind of been in and out of this town for like the last almost 2 weeks. What brought me here is this Harvest Host. That's why I love Harvest Host so much. It brings me to a place that I would never go to, and I probably fall in love with it. Where is Lawrenceville? It's way out kind of the northeast corner of the greater Atlanta area. And those 2 videos on living in a parking lot were filmed in Lawrenceville. Such a charming town. Here's the temps for today. It is getting cold again, and we are right on the edge. It's going to be 38 tonight. This time tomorrow, I'll be at home base in a very warm, endless summer Florida. I have to say I'm kind of excited to get back to some warm weather. It's been pretty chilly. Let us know where your temps are. And here's the gas prices in Lawrenceville. So it's about a 29-cent spread. That shortened up about 50 cents. And I think I paid $2.80 today. $2.83 actually. You want to use the app on the left. That's Gas Buddy. And then for housing prices in Lawrenceville, it's really pretty wide ranging. The multi-million-dollar ones I'm pretty sure are apartment buildings, but for 300-ish to 500-ish, you can probably get a pretty nice house. It's really a charming little community. And that's what we like to do, is just share where I'm coming at you from and what is that all about. With that, let's say hi to some folks. Always love to do that. We got flags on. I've updated this a little bit. I think I got most of these updated. So if you are watching from a country on the live or the replay, please let us know your country you're watching from, and we'll put it on our map here. This truly is a worldwide sensation, phenomenon, whatever you want to call it. And that's kind of cool. I would love to do van life in some of these countries, let me tell you. Maybe we need a sponsor and we can float us to Australia for a year. Wouldn't that be great? Oh my gosh. All right, so let's say hi to some folks. We got Mason Mike in the house. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, gas is going down in price. Pretty excited. He's purchasing his Florida Van Life Gathering campout tickets. We're really excited to see you there. It's going to be so much fun. I'm supposed to talk with those guys here in another week or two. We got Ron in the house. Many of you haven't seen him for like the last 4 nights in a row. I really appreciate you hanging in there with me. This is the way we like to do questions. Helps me find them more easily. 3 asterisks, 3 question marks, then your question or your comment, just like they're on the image on the screen. So if you can help us with that, that would be great. We got Sharon in the house. Good to see you. And let's see, we got Dave in the house. Good to see you. Ooh, it's going to be chilly there tonight, sir. Costco, $3.08. That's great. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from, what your gas price is, what the temps are. We got Dale. San Diego's a little chilly there, 60. Gas is coming down there. It's good. Jerry Minchie in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Famous RV author. It's in Cedar Key, one of my favorite places in Florida. We might have to do a camp out in Cedar Key. It's just the great. What makes Cedar Key special is it's kind of hard to get to, so it's old Florida, and it's one of the most robust farming environments for shellfish, oysters, and clams in particular. So great to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us tonight. Catherine in the house, merry-go-round. I'd love to see you here. Jane, of course, and Rich, good to see you. Greg Barton, that's a new one, maybe. Des Moines, Iowa, great town. Tempest 23, 279. The gas has really come down the last few weeks. Temecula's Steve, Louisville, James in the house, Sherry's in the house, a lot of regulars. Norwalk, Iowa. Don't know where that is. Let us know where that is. I know where Forest City, Iowa is. That's kind of it. Anybody know what goes on in Forest City, Iowa? Let us know. My pie's in the house. Seal Beach. And here's Greg Johnson. He's the manufacturer of the cool screens for your cab windows. If you're looking for great ventilation and security for your cab windows, go to my website, GoSmallLiveLarge.com. Go to the products tab and scroll down. His screens are right there. I think they've gone up. They're like $80 now, right? Great for a pair plus shipping. When we made those, everything's gone up a little bit. Here's Simi G. Good to see you. A few more. Here's Jack. I enjoyed the shooting range video. Me too. I've got some big ideas around that whole thing. Consider yourself an honorary Southern good old boy. Yeah, I appreciate that. That was a lot of fun. More fun than I thought, to be honest. And our family grew up with guns, and I'm not afraid of them. I'm not sure I'd put one in my van. I'm not sure what I'd do with it. Never been a place where I would feel I need a gun. And saying shooting guns is fun offends some people. Doesn't offend me. It was actually a lot of fun. I'm really into the revolvers. I tried the 9mm with the clip. I just couldn't figure it out. There's something really kinetic, is that the right word, about that revolver thing moving around, the hammer striking, and you can see it all happen. Let's see, a few more, then we'll get on with our topic. How are we doing on time? I'm almost on time. Matt Oberlin, long time viewer, first time chat. Matt, thanks for being here, sir. Really appreciate that. Just a great community. It's just such a great, we've done something really amazing over these last 4.5 years. Here's Craig in the house. Love the 2 videos of Lawrenceville. Can't wait to hear about your new lighting. Gas, Birmingham. I so want to go to Birmingham and go see the Storyteller Overland folks, but the cold weather just chased me out. So we're going to be doing more videos like that, Craig, so thank you for your support there. Nancy, Sherry's the real deal, sweetest person ever. She is Mother Teresa incarnate. I think, was she still in Jamaica, I think? Here's MAF in Connecticut. Picked up, excited we picked up our 2023 59G 2 weeks ago. Are you like in 7th heaven? Has it already changed your life? Do you feel like a kid in a candy store? I mean, like an adult, but all the resources, but you feel like a 15-year-old, right? Congratulations. That is so exciting. Let's give him a clap for that. How long did you wait for it? Michael Clark, look at this. He is. There we go. Jingle in the jar. Thank you for all you do for the Van Bro. Great quote. Man's friendships are the best measures of his worth. It's true. And the more you spend time in this community, the more you figure out that the van's cool, the places are cool, but it's really the people that make such a difference. Thank you, Mason Mike. Appreciate that. Let's see. Got a few more here. Let's see. Matthew's in the house. Neil and Britt in the house. Love these. Are you guys going to go to the Super Show? I got my industry credentials. What is today? Wednesday. I think on Monday, so I'm super excited. Tin Can Carl's in the house. Brad and Karen. Lafayette. That's a cool town. All right. I think those will get us started. Here's Ohio TJ. And Mary Guran's got a quick question. This is a good example. Where do you store those cab screens when not in use? Great question. Right against the passenger door. They fit right in between the seat and the map pocket thing on the door itself. Totally out of the way, totally accessible, and that's the way they should be. Mason Mike, should have put your cowboy hat on when you shot the revolver. You got to wear these big old ear protection things and these funky glasses. I would look pretty silly with the maybe not. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know. Here's Alfred. Oh, Alfred. Wow, that goes way back. Good to see you, sir. I think we saw you at the California RV show, 2019, right? Holy cow. So here's Matt, and I'm all caught up. We'll get going. Thank you, sir, for your jingle jar. Appreciate that. Every penny matters. It's not lost on me, your support. Thank you very much. From Des Moines. That's a great town. You got the coolest capital. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's do Libation Live because I already got a, and then, so what I have here, so this is, again, the Grosh. These guys are really good. Again, Harvest Host is cool because it takes me places I wouldn't go, and that's what brought me to Lawrenceville, and I am smitten with this little town. So this is a Grosh style. It's fairly light. It's about a 6-pack. This is a... that is really yummy. Cheers, everybody, to your health. What's up Wednesday? If you're new to this, what this is about is not me sipping alcohol on camera. It's about sharing tastes from the road, how I found those tastes, and Traveling Robert does his YouTube live every Friday. He's always has an IPA in his hand. So I'm a little unusual. We're doing beer, not distilled spirits, because that's what these guys make, and they're letting me stay for the night for about $20 for the beer, I think it was. Less than that. Anyway, okay, let's get into the oh yeah, here's what they're, this is kind of a cool picture. So the left is their some of their production and canning and storage. On the right is the tap room, and they have food truck people inside tonight. I think they were doing tacos, it looked like. Really, really cool. If you're getting your van, like you folks that just had your van delivered 2 weeks ago, get your Harvest Host membership. You will thank me later and think it will change your life. And we've done many videos on that. And I think the coolest thing is it takes you places you wouldn't go, and you learn about things like Lawrenceville, Georgia. All right, you guys ready for this? And ladies? Okay, let's get into this. I'm 7 minutes behind. I'm always behind. This hour goes so fast. So let me talk about lights added to the RV. And what I want to do is show the survey first, and then show you what I'm going to cover with you. So I did a survey this afternoon. Not a lot of votes. It's only been out there 6 hours. But I asked folks, if you were to add off-road lights to your camper van, where would you install them? Front near the grill, clearly not a surprising answer there. Front, top of van on luggage rack. Kind of not surprising there, because that's what you see pictures of, right? Those two implementations. Sides, both sides of the van on the luggage rack. Back top of van on luggage rack, so above the cargo doors. And then back near the bumper. Any surprises there? Where would you put yours if you haven't seen this already? Just ask yourself that question. And then what I want to share with you is this. So this is what I'm going to cover. Why I did this. Go through the installation process. I've got pictures of all that. I put lights on the front and the back. I have illumination samples for you. I'm going to show you the exact products I got, and then we'll talk about why, how they operate, and then the price. All right? So that's what I'm going to cover with you. We'll try and get this fairly quickly. I'm going to do a video on this. I just couldn't pull it all off. I had these put in on Monday. So why do this at all? It's been on my list for well over 2 years, and I was really inspired by Roger and their van Discovery getting these put on. And I just kept toying with what kind of lights do I want? But why do I want them, more importantly? We're big on why on this channel. Because if you can't describe why, then what are you even doing, right? So my big why, number one, was my ProMaster headlights have lousy visibility. They're the old style halogen. They're not LED, so they're very dim. And fog lights really help me illuminate the roadway in front of me. At night, I have the fog lights on because it's the only way I can actually see the road in front of me. It's really pathetic. And then the reverse lights are absolutely terrible for illuminating anything around you. That would be fire hydrants, lamp poles, trees, small children. You know, pick what's ever behind you. The bulbs are just not bright enough to illuminate all the area around. The backup camera is not awesome. So it's really a visibility thing for me. Not so much a vanity project, although I was worried about how they would look. Let me tell you about the headlights real fast, and then we'll talk about installation. So I've been to 2 Ram dealers in different states, asking them to address the same problem, which is my headlights, since I lifted the van, and I don't drive at night on purpose because the visibility is so lousy. And I don't know if it's because the van got lifted 3 inches. It was bad before. Roger and Jane, I'd love for you to chime in on this. Mason, Mike, you have a TRAVATO, or TRAVATO. Roger and Jane, yours been lifted. But I literally, with the lights on, I can't see the road. It's like illuminating the trees in front of me. It's just the worst thing. So I particularly avoid driving at night because the visibility is so lousy. I drive with fog lights on at dark to actually see the road in front of me. That was my why. Does that make sense? Okay, let me talk about installing the lights. So I went back to the same outfit that installed my brush guard here in the Atlanta area. Come on. There we go. They were Southern Off-Road Specialists. This is their information if you want to take a snapshot of this. They do a really good job. I went back to them specifically because they did a really great job the first go around on my brush guard. Here's some of their web pages. They're really into Broncos. Their customers are really into Broncos. The brand new generation and the old ones, they've got some beautiful. Look at these trucks. Look at that Denali 6x6. This is the kind of stuff these guys do. So they know what they're doing, right? And when I came in here early into Atlanta, running from the weather from Kentucky, main appointment. We talked about what I wanted to do, what my problem was, and this was Monday morning this week. I made the appointment about 2 weeks ago. And the reason I chose these guys because they did a really good job last time. And I said, hey, I live in my van. I can't drop it off. I need to have a while you wait appointment. So I learned after they did the installation, they actually had 2 guys working on this. One guy on the front, one guy in the back, so they could get me out. I rolled in at 8:30, 9 o'clock, my van went in, and at 1:30, I was done. I couldn't believe it. Last time I was here, it took about the same amount of time. My cat was living with me, Luke. He actually was in the van the entire time they were putting on the brush guard. He was probably having a heart attack. But what I've learned is by living in the van, and that's true for me, is that I'm able to get in and out much more quickly because I have no other place to go, right? So let me show you what they did here. This is the van in front of of their shop. And this is pictures that they took while they were doing the install. So I had kind of mount points on the grill. Again, they installed this about 2.5 years ago. We talked through how the lights would operate very carefully. And again, what the problem I was trying to solve. Here's one of the lights, close up of it. Here's what it looks like. They're still getting it wired up. It looks really nice. I was really toying with getting, those really big round orange ones, but that's not the kind of RVer I am. I don't go off into the backwoods. I just want better illumination for driving and for when I'm at camp as I'm getting settled in the dark. I really don't want to go into camp in the dark to start with. Here's a dude under the putting in the backlights. They actually had to cut some of the bumper metal. It really turned out nice. I'm just really, really pleased. So let me show you the front lights, how this turned out. We talked about what brand, and I've talked to a few of these off-road outfits before, and they're kind of all over the place. These are fairly expensive, but they're really good quality and respected is the word I was looking for. So let me run this forward for you. But what I really found interesting about these is because I couldn't really decide on the amber versus white, this particular style of light came with both. So I got best of both worlds. Here's a close-up of it. Looks like on my van. It's really cool looking. And it's inconspicuous. It doesn't scream off-road van, which I'm not. Here's a side shot. It just looks intentional, and more importantly, it puts out the light I was looking for. So this is at the state park a couple nights ago. So there's obviously the headlights on, the fog lights on, and then the white portion of the new off-road lights. See that there? I'll go forward one. This is just the amber lights on. And I think I have a shot here with both amber and white on. Now I'm going to tell you how I installed this. Again, very intentionally. Here in just a second. I'm just so pleased the way it turned out. This is the light pattern now. I should have taken it before, because I can tell you those trees would not be illuminated at all by the headlights. The foreground, that is the fog lights doing their work, and then that high intensity white beam, that's the new lights. Then the headlights are up in the trees where they've been. So let me show you the products. So again, this is the D series. Pretty compact. I don't know, I can't remember the exact measurements. Pretty compact. So you can take a look at that. There's the SKU. You can grab this. I put the website down in the show notes so you can see this. Here's some of the features. Apparently, according to the off-road team, Southern Off-Road, these are fairly new. They've discovered these at SEMA just a few months ago. They've been selling like hotcakes for that reason, that you can have white or amber or both. Here's kind of a close-up of what they look like. Cool, right? All right, let me show you the backlights, then I'll pause and we'll talk about this. So the backlights, this was again by Rigid. SRQ is the kind of style. Diffused flush mount pair is what they called them. And here's where we put them. We initially thought about putting them above the reflectors, underneath the door hinge. We thought that would be easier install, but they figured that they could actually get to the bumper mounting points that we actually wanted initially. They fit perfectly. Here's a close-up. These things are bright, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. I'm going to change traffic patterns on these. Let me show you a couple what these look like. So there's the backs going, the front's going. And again, the reason I did this, I can't see anything backing up well, with confidence. This is from a little bit of ways. So you can see it does a really good job illuminating whatever I'm backing into, which was the whole point. And here's the products themselves, the SRQ series. We looked at a couple of different lights and decided these are the best ones for what I was trying to do. Here's some of the features. The front lights in particular are road compliant, so it's not like it's blinding drivers. I'm super important about that. These would not be on in a driving condition, the black backlights. Here's the product on that. So let me show you how I operate these real fast, and then we'll take some questions. I think this is important. So this is the operation of the lights themselves. And what we did is we talked very carefully about this. And this is kind of like buying a van. If all they're trying to do is just sell you something, get you in, get your deposit, get you out, and they're not really listening to what you're trying to accomplish, I think you've found the wrong place. Again, I went back to these guys because they really helped me out last time. I knew what I wanted and why, and we talked through what product solution would give me what I wanted. So the way we've got this hooked up is, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to make this video. So here's the two buttons. We're really, let me show you this, because I was super concerned. I was like, hey, I've got all this stuff under the van, so please, when you're lifting it, there's toilet waste, there's water, there's propane, there's 48 volts ready to put you under. And I really don't want these buttons up where that cubby is between kind of the steering column and the left side there, because that's where the Volta button is. I said, please, I really don't want anything in there. So they look behind this, I think it's a fuse box here, and they could access this very easily. So that's where we decided to put the buttons, because I did not want them in the Volta space at all, if at all possible. So the buttons, let me roll forward here one more for you. So they turned out really nice. They illuminate when they're on. The right column top picture there, that's the amber lights. And then there's the middle picture is the amber lights and the back lights, and the bottom one is backlights only. So here's how we arranged getting these things set up. So again, we talked through it. What I wanted to do, because of the driving visibility issue, my number one concern is when I turn the fog lights on, the white lights come on. Not the amber, the white lights. So fog lights on, the white lights come on. If it's just the headlamps, because I always leave my headlights turned on whenever I'm driving day and night, just so I can be seen. And but they do not come on when just the headlights. But when I turn the fog lights on for driving at night, they come on. And if I want fog lights off and amber only, there's a button for that. And if I want amber plus fog lights, which means the white out the LED lights in the front, that's how we did that. I'm really excited. And the backup lights, we talked about doing if I'd put it in reverse. I'm like, I don't need it in every situation. So let's wire the backup lights separately with a separate button. So when I'm in a condition where I need the backup illumination, I can do that. It's pretty cool. I'm really excited. I'm excited to make the video. I couldn't pull all off today. So let me show you how much this cost me. It was $1,600. That includes tax. You can see there parts are about $700-800. The balance being labor, in and out in 4 or 5 hours. And I would go back to these guys in a second. And that is pretty cool stuff. I'm really excited to share that with you. So what do you think? That's my light story. Let me put this picture back on so we'll answer some questions about this. I know a number of you, like Jane and Roger, you've put lights on your, I think, which one's the best one? Maybe this one. We'll just kind of put this on the screen and so we can answer some questions for you. So again, I'm really excited about this. And it was raining all kinds of crazy last night, so I had these on for the first time in a real life application, and it was super helpful. England in the house. Look at this. Sprinter 6-speed, 2-liter, no fog lights. I think we have England on the map already. Thank you for that. So let's see if we got some questions in here. What questions do you guys have? So Mason Mike, so apparently he got these. Let's see, am I way behind here? Let's see, maybe I am. Let's go back here. So Sam, let's see. Thanks for the window screen plug. No problem, sir. They're great. So here's Larry. Hey, Scott, South Florida, loving the GL. And a big thanks to Neil and Britt. Yeah, they have a cool channel. Be sure and check them out. They have 2 vans, a Travato and a Storyteller. Let's see, question here from Matt. Do you still use HomePod in the Lily van? HomePod, if you are not familiar with it, is the Apple speaker, smart speaker. They've discontinued. I can't imagine why they did that. The price is kind of weird, but yeah, I have 2 of them actually. I have one under the table up here, one in the back, and it fills the van full of music. So lovely. Those little mini ones they came out with don't put out the sound that I really, really appreciate. So thank you for asking. It does require Wi-Fi to be on, which is like the jetpack right now, which is fine. So Alfred's saying, yeah, first met in California RV show before owning. After speaking with you, I purchased a KL National Park Edition. Volta, oh yeah. We're running off Volta for the next 3 or 4 days. Yeah, Mud Pie saying, this is kind of curious if the California RV show is going to continue. It was in September every year, right? Or is it October? I can't remember. But curious if that's going. So Mace Mike wants to know, how much were the lights, and did they add a switch for them in the cab? If so, where did they add the switch? So we kind of showed that. I was cautioned by a number of you, and by just, again, talking to some of these outfitters for trucks, I wanted really good quality ones. I didn't want some cheap stuff that had plastic housings and would fall apart. I don't want to go through this again for a long time. And so that's why I did what I did, spent the money, and I'm really excited because I couldn't decide on white versus amber. So now I got both of them in the same space, and they really provide a cool look. The other reason I did this, and it's really kind of a vanity thing, because many of you know I don't really go out into BLM land. I don't really go off into the woods by myself because I've done it, and it's scary because I'm just by myself, right? I don't even have a cat anymore. And I can't see anything around me. I do not like being in darkness. This state park I was at, this is Stone Mountain Campground outside of Atlanta. I'm pretty sure it's a state park. So amazing. There's just enough illumination from the houses around the lake and what have you that there's just some ambient lighting going around. So I'm not in blackness. And now with this setup, what I can do, at least until I go to bed, wouldn't run the battery down, so don't panic. At least for getting things set up, I can have the amber lights on and or the back up lights on, And with the 2 lights that Winnebago installs on either side of the van, one above kind of where the drains are and the other kind of above the patio door, I can now have almost 360 lighting around the van. So if there's some weird stuff going on, or there's some weird crazy noises, or I just want some confidence of knowing what's around me in pretty much darkness, now I can do that. And that's what kind of kept me out of more BLM spaces, because it just was so disconcerting the first time I did that. So now I might be a little more brave. I need to drag a few of you with me so we can do that together. But I'm pretty excited by this new setup. I can have the engine running or just run off the chassis battery for a little bit. I'm just really, really excited about this new setup. So Neil and Brett say installed lights on the hood last on the Travato, game changer for boondocking on public lands. Yeah, so you kind of validate my point there. And when you're rolling in even at dusk, you don't see everything around you. I mean, God, there's stumps, there's tree branches hanging over, holes. This campsite I had, I really is not ideal. It was super inclined. It was really not ideal. Cool. Once you were inside the van, it was kind of cool looking out the windows, but that's why installing the lights, I'm really excited about that. Mason Mike, I'm switching my headlights to LED on the van, bought them online for $300, both low and high beam. I might do that next go around when I get home base and see if a dealer can try to adjust these lights again. And so it's not just me. Headlights suck on the ProMaster. They're just so up high, right? And it just doesn't illuminate the roadway. And I had a couple, 3 more inches. I don't know what the angle adjustment is that they could do as at a dealer. Here's Jane. Love the lift. Roger adjusted the headlights after the lift. Helped a little, but the headlights are anemic at best. Yeah, so I was not alone on this. Maybe that new chassis, they're going to fix that, but I'm glad I wasn't alone on that. Okay, what else do I have for you here? Okay, so that's my light story. I'm really excited. It's been on my to-do list for a long time. I was going to do it in Chicagoland over the summer, but I just couldn't find somebody I trusted and the products that they really knew what they're talking about. And when people start drilling into your van and connecting electrical, I want somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. I have no interest in doing this myself. I'm not a DIY guy. Roger can do this all day long. He gets all excited. Me, I'm like, let's go talk about it and I'll write a check. Or a Visa card, really. All right, let's shift gears. Let me go. Let's talk about a few more things here. I'm really excited to do the video. I need to get where it's dark and do some running around. That'll be a few weeks down the road, but I'm really, really happy with these lights. I'm just looking. Hey, yeah, if you got fun tonight, give us a thumb up. Sure appreciate that. Let's talk about some upcoming guests. Let's see, where am I? Oh, right here. And I'm actually meeting the Live More Campervans team this week on Friday. Might even get a van tour out. I'm really excited about that. December 14, we got Van Life Outfitters. They too build vans. They're producing the campervan gathering in Florida in February. Road Trek's going to be on January 11, and then Outdoorsy is going to be on very soon. Join me on Instagram. I think once we get back to home base, we'll be doing some Instagram lives. I think those are kind of fun. Van events, we've talked about this. January Super Show, we're going for 3 days. Industry Day, then open to the public on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we're doing the Channel Roundup at the Lazy Days RV booth, the Travato display. Come see us, 11 to noon. We're going to be talking a lot of Volta. I think Volta may actually be there. We're trying to work with them on that. I'm doing a lot of live from the show. My intention is to capture a couple of video tours, but then we're doing some really spontaneous, not spontaneous, but video, YouTube live videos. Really short, not these marathon 2-3 hour walkarounds, but when I get to a van, I'm going to turn on the camera and we're just going to show it to you real quick. So if you're if you're at work or on your couch or whatever, you'll see a lot of spontaneous feeds on YouTube Live while we're there. Really excited about that. Come see us at the Super Show. That'd be great. I'm really excited about this too. February 3 to 5. Peace, Love, and Vans. It's in Central Florida. It's a beautiful time to be there. FloridaVanLife.com is where you go to buy your tickets. We are part of the gathering. The Van Life Outfitters are actually producing this. I'm doing a workshop on Saturday. When you buy your tickets, please select how did you hear about it. Put in GSLL, and they're going to put us all together. We are going to have a blast. I'm so excited about this camp out coming up. And the workshop I'm doing is on urban camping. Pretty excited about this. I'm not sure if this is still available. We're going next Saturday, a week from this Saturday. This is Whiskeys of the World. It's a tasting in Fort Lauderdale. So if you're in the southern Florida area and want to hook up, we are going to be there, me and Kyle. And if we see some familiar faces in the crowd, that would be great. We bought the VIP package so we can get in 45 minutes early. The deal, right? So that's the situation on that. What else we got here? Oh my gosh. We're actually kind of on schedule for a change. Let's see if there's some more questions here or comments on the lights. Let me see here. Let's see. I'm curious, Mike, if you're going to install those yourself, these headlights. Oh, they're going to install, so wherever you're taking them to, that's cool. So maybe y'all can let us know how your experience is with the headlights. Here's Deborah. She just had hers installed. Yeah, the headlights are so bad. I literally don't drive at night. And now it's like dark at 5:30. It's only going to get worse for another month. It starts getting light. So my driving time frame window is really short these days. Because even at 7:30 in the morning, it's still pretty dark. So it really limits what I can do because I just don't like driving at night. Might be a little better now. Now I've got these lights. Kenneth just fell upon your channel. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large. Delight to have you here. How'd you find out about us? Which video tipped you off? Glad to be here, sir. Let us know what kind of van you have or want. Where you're watching from. That's always great. Kenneth in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large community. This is what we do every Wednesday. Is I bring a topic, or we just talk amongst ourselves, and that's what we do here. Somebody, Mike said he went for the non-metal fixtures on his lights. You know, I talked about earlier the on the kind of the survey, where would you put the lights? Lights up on top. I mean, again, if you're kind of out in the desert by yourself, that kind of makes sense. But that's why I opted not to put them there, because mine was to solve a driving visibility issue. And lights on the back is kind of the same problem. I want to see what I'm backing into, and so putting lights down low would kind of augmenting the reverse lights, which are up halfway up the van side, I think would do a better job at solving those two problems that I really wanted to solve. So that's what I was doing there. Alfred's saying no more California RV shows, which is a bummer. So that means the dealers are putting them on. That's okay, I guess. I don't know. Hope to get to California. So my route plan, even though I'm returned to home base, I'll be there next Wednesday, is so we're actually taking another cruise. So Kyle, because of his casino winnings, got invited to another cruise. So we're actually leaving Christmas Eve, doing a Caribbean cruise out of Fort Lauderdale down to Costa Rica, all the way to Panama, and then back up. So there's like 10 days we're going to be gone. And then I'm off to Tampa for the Super Show, buzzing around over that side of the state, and then probably not returning to home base, West Palm Beach, until after the Florida Van Life Gathering. And then after, which is the top of the beginning of February, and probably return to home base one more time, and then start to move out of Florida to the Panhandle, start going across the south into the Southwest. I want to get to Texas and Arizona, New Mexico before it starts to heat up, and up the West Coast. Well, not the West Coast, the middle. So like then into Utah, Colorado. What's on top of that? Montana, Idaho, Montana, Washington State, then Oregon, California. Kind of do a loop that way. It's kind of my intention this go in 2023. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not hanging out at home base for a month like we did last time, because we have no place to stay except the van and Kyle's RV number one, and we have no house to renovate. So I'm really excited about that schedule. I'm looking at the plan I have. I'm just really excited. It's going to be great. I'm really trying to get ahead of this so that Buford, Georgia, you're like just up the street, Sherry Ann. Good Lord. Say hi to Mike. What's up? I really like Georgia. I've not spent this much time in in Georgia before, and the Atlanta area in particular, before or after Van. And what I'm going to do is I have a Volta training in the morning in Lawrenceville here, and then I'm going to go see the Living Vans folks. They're in Kenan, something like that, kind of just over here a little bit. And then I'm going to stay in Atlanta on the street for a couple nights. There's a neighborhood called the Five Points. I really fell in love with that neighborhood, so I'm going to street camp there. I'm going to go see the Jimmy Carter Museum. Always love to see the presidential museums if I'm in town. And the capital of Georgia is Atlanta. So I want to go see that all before I skedaddle on Sunday. So it's going to be a pretty busy, and I got recordings and editing and just the way we roll. Kenneth, don't blame you. Even bears stoop in the woods. Yeah, I'm telling you, those branches, and with a wrap on my van, I am extra careful about tree branches. So Craig's got a question here. Do your new lights run off chassis, battery, or Volta? Awesome question. I was very careful about this. I did not want anything tampering with the Volta system. No. So the new lights run off the chassis, battery, and which will be fine because I'm either driving or I'm parking for a little bit of time, and they'll be just fine. They're low voltage, high intensity, so nothing with the Volta. That's why I've not changed out the head unit of my stereo, because I just don't want anything to tamper with the Volta system at large. And good question. So off the chassis, we talked about that too. And I'm like, nope, don't tamper with it. Teresa, hey, Frisco Tea, late again, 269. Well, let's get down there. 44 degrees. Cool setup. I thought about some additional lighting brush guard. I haven't seen the brush guard I like though for Ford. Interesting. Shop around. I would actually, hit up. Georgia's a little not that far from Texas. I'm sure some Texas truck outfitters, but boy, these guys know their stuff. And when they know their stuff, they know their stuff. When I saw them the last time, they had a pretty nice building and setup. They have 16 bays now. They might have had maybe 5 or 8 before, but these guys have grown like weeds in summer drought. And I just love being part of a successful operation that knows their stuff. It gives me great confidence. So Jane's saying they replaced their ProMaster backup LEDs with backup lights with LEDs. Huge difference. Stock backup lights are almost worthless. Yeah, welcome to my life, and that's why I want to change them so badly. So Mason Mike wants to know, has anyone on the channel done Casey lights up on top yet? That's kind of either the light bar, right, or the big round ones that look so awesome. If I had a steel deck up there and I spent time in the woods and wasn't afraid of heights, I might go for that. But the problem I was trying to solve was driving, and I think I solved that problem. So let Mason Mike know. So Ken's saying the Casey lights burn the battery pretty hard. Richard from Canada. We love Canada. I might get into Canada this year when I get, next year. Vancouver. I'd love to go to Vancouver in the van. Street camp there if I could. So Frisco T saying Ford headlights are okay, could be better. Think about LED replacements. Pretty funny when you think about it. Like even this van here, these puck lights we got. You see them in $1 million vans too, or motorhomes, and you buy these, $50,000, $75,000 vans, particularly because most of the trucks I see, newer ones, have the high intensity LED lights, but for some reason vans are getting different treatment. So Mason Mike here is confirming, hey Scott, just bought my Florida camp out tickets February. The price is now $150. They were $100, and they have a drop down for Go Small Live Large as part of what group question. So I am so excited for us all to get together. We're gonna have a grand time. It's gonna be crazy, and I'm so excited. Thank you for making the trek. I know it's a long way. I'm toying with an idea. Let me know what you think about this. Kyle and I have talked about, we blocked dates in January. It's a lot of work. I just don't know if I want to do it. But we're thinking about doing another van camp at our house. It would probably, the house is really booked up, so the dates are right after the Tampa Super Show. But what we were going to do is do a scavenger hunt. have everybody roll into camp, accomplishing a scavenger hunt, and then through my painting and gun shooting experience, there's a gun range not too far away. It'd be fun to kind of run the vans up. Any of those interested in doing an indoor shooting range, and then have a paint and wine outfit come to the house, and we all sit around the giant table outside, if you remember that. So I'm really toying with the idea. Let me know if you think that's good. It'd be probably 2 nights. We're gonna have a Chinese food dinner one night, so I'd have to charge something. Everybody on their own dime for those other activities, and then doing a we could all travel down and see the sunrise over Fort Lauderdale Beach. So gorgeous. We've done that a few times, and I'm thinking about it. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll have it nailed down by next week. We do have the dates blocked for the house. It'd be so much fun, but they probably have to be van people in Florida to attend that, because a lot of folks are saving their powder for the Florida gathering, which is for sure happening. Flags planted. We're going. We got lots of people going. It's going to be great. The other thing's kind of a ball toss. Let me know if that sounds of interest to you at all. I might do a survey to see what people think. Devil Dog, have you noticed a significant output in the yellow beam while driving? Let's see. I've only driven with them on once in driving conditions, and I just used the fog lights and the LED white out of the lights. I didn't try yellow. So let me kind of get back to you on that. This is my second day having them, and my first time driving with them in real driving conditions last night. So I can tell you when they're both on, it gets a really cool look, but the visibility is really great. I think it might reduce some of the garishness of the white light by putting some of the amber in. That's how but driving with the yellow on only probably wouldn't accomplish a whole lot. I'd be curious to even know why amber is even part of the equation, other than just looks. I mean, is it something about fog? Maybe it doesn't reflect back, so you can see more distance with amber. Maybe Roger knows that, or Mason Mike, or some of you are way smarter than me. Laura Cox, going to Quartzsite this year. We'll see. I need to get out of here first, that being Florida. So by the time I get to Arizona, it's going to be probably March, April. Is it reasonable weather in April in Quartzsite? I don't know. I've never been, so it'd be fun to see. Yeah, see, this is where I might put my energy, Mason Mike. So he says, definitely need to do a camp out Vanbury in Texas. So if we don't do one, just do the Florida van gathering. What I want to do is do a 1 or 2 nights in Luckenbach, Texas. That to me would be energy more well spent. We just need to find a date that there's a big name not in Luckenbach. So I need a personal assistant. Really is what I do. So I don't think the editing team is going to work out. So I need to put that money toward other things. I'm working on that too. But yeah, totally with you on that. Neil and Britt, we will be headed toward New Mexico mid-February. Be there for a few months. We should plan meeting in the area. Yes, that would be so amazing. I would love that. You guys are so you two are so amazing. And New Mexico is so cool. It would just be so great to go back to Las Vegas, New Mexico, or Santa Fe. I really kind of prefer that over Albuquerque. So let me know where you guys are going to be. And I'm, kind of in confidence with this crowd here. Working with Volta, really starting to schedule things out for next year, budgetary items. And what I've asked them to think about is to do more of these produced campouts. Versus RV shows. I mean, the Tampa show is kind of obvious. Won't go back to Hershey. I'd rather meet with you. I would rather get our vans together in special places to have really special memories. And let's put some money and effort toward that. I think would be really interesting. I don't want 100 or 200 vans like the Florida Van Life Gathering, but what if we have 10 or 15 vans out in the desert? Needles, California. I go back there in a minute. It's a little south of Laughlin, Nevada. Have a big campfire, just have a rip-roaring time. To me, that is, I think, the next step for the channel, is to do some of these things. So, back to this, Texas, New Mexico. It's really been on my mind a lot lately. Wow, look at this. Nomad Man. Hello from Dallas, Texas. I'm new here. Full-time Chevy 5-window mid-bus. Welcome, Nomad Man. Thank you for finding us. Great to have you here. Here's to your health, sir. Full-timer, love those. You got a lot of guts, too. Full-time traveling in a Chevy 5-window mid-bus. I have no clue what that is. Please help me with that. I'm ignorant on the Chevy products for vans or mid-buses. How are we doing on time? A few more minutes. Let's see. Here's Sharon. I'm thinking about a Solus PX, but need to think about where I can get a lithium aftermarket installed. So correct me if I'm wrong. So you can't really get a Volta system installed, but you can replace the AGM batteries and a little bit bigger inverter. And you might even be able to get a second alternator up under the hood. So you can have a Volta-ish kind of experience with what they give you there. But do some homework on that. I would highly recommend lithium. It charges, more, and it depletes more. It's not as sensitive. You can deplete it all the way to, anyway, and lighter weight. Blah blah blah. When you travel, Ohio TJ, when you travel west through the Panhandle, highly recommend Pensacola for the many breweries, National Naval Aviation Museum, Pensacola, home of the Blue Angels. Yeah, I haven't spent a whole lot of time there, but Pensacola is cool. What's the state capital? Tallahassee is really cool. Spent a little bit of time there. And then when you cross from Florida into, is it Alabama? Yeah, Alabama. Right around that state line, there's some really cool stuff. There's a really cool small town I want to go to right across the state line in about 15, 20 miles. So yeah, I'm just really being more intentional this year. And I'm excited. All right, see what else is on the list. So let's do a song. We always like to do a song. Got a great crowd here tonight. This is so awesome. Thank you for the loyal ones. Thank you for the new ones. So let me take this off screen. Let me roll forward a couple. So this comes from Mesa Mike. And again, if you have a recommendation for a van tip, a van tour, you want to have a van, you want to you want to share your van experience like Sherry did, or you want to be a guest on the show. We've had guests on with me hosting. You just be a guest on for 15-20 minutes. GSLL viewer recommendation @gmail.com is where you want to go. So Mesa Mike, we chat amongst ourselves fairly often, so let me share this with you. So this is his song of the week. He wanted us to bring to your attention. And Steve Perry is the singer. Now, some of you know who that is, some of you don't. He was Journey's lead singer for a very long time. He really brought that San Francisco band into forefront. And in 1984, which is 1 year after I graduated high school, he went on a solo career and then just took a lot of time off. And now they got this Korean kid being the Steve Perry for Journey today. But he has a new album out, Traces it is called. And his first album in 25 years. We're Still Here is the name of the song. And I agree with Mesa Mike. It's a pretty cool song. If you love his voice, Steve Perry's got a very specific voice, kind of like Freddie Mercury. You hear it, you know exactly who it is. I would have you spin this up on your music app tonight or tomorrow. It was really a toe tapper, and it kind of catches you. I love the album cover. Look at this album cover. It's so gorgeous. Which made me listen to a bunch of Journey songs today while I was putting the show together. I just love how this works out. So yeah, Steve Perry, We're Still Here. Traces is the album. You'll want to get that for sure. All right, a few more, then we'll call it a wrap. Let's see. How are we doing tonight? I'm a little scattered. It's been a really interesting few days. Nomad Man. Anyone know a good auto electric guy around Dallas? I had to relay catch fire and burn up some wiring. That can't be fun. Wow, that's got to be tough. I don't know of any other than getting the Google out. Good luck with that. That does not sound fun at all. Mesa Mike says, I'm all in if it's during my time out in Florida. Your place is like a resort. Yeah, I kind of like. Thank you for that, Mike. I think let's just focus on the van gathering in Florida. Somebody else is producing it. We're just gonna have fun. We're gonna do community and fellowship, and I'm doing my workshop. I'm really excited to share that with everybody. Urban Camping 101. And let's save our powder for a Texas camp out, followed by New Mexico. Mesa Mike, you're supposed to be working on the Baja situation. How's that coming along? And yeah, there's so much in Utah that's on my list. We could go street camp in Helper. That's I got a really good little RV park there. But there's so much in the Helper, Utah. And there's so much around there. I don't know. There's just so much to do. I mean, how can I not full-time travel? Yeah, Rebecca's saying here, I think Battleborn or direct replacements should be easy enough. Impressed with the National Park Edition. I walked away from my Airstream Rangeline reservation, tired of waiting. Interesting. You will love your NPF. That'd be the Volta-equipped Travato. I can't tell you what a game changer it is. It's just so amazing. Yeah, so Neil and Britt, thanks for kind of validating that. When it's raining or snowing, reflection is bad. Makes total sense. Thank you. See, that's why you guys are all here. Keep me honest. JJ's 40 minutes from Lukenbach, Texas. Oh my goodness. That sounds so great. Oh, did my sound go? No. Frito Bandito. That's a great name. Let's see. Do you work for Volta? Good question, JJ. The answer is no. I am their brand ambassador, and what I do is I work with the Volta team, and I go train Winnebago dealers, sales, and delivery teams on what is the Volta value proposition, how it enables a traveling experience to be completely free of any tetherment to electricity, so they can explain to folks better so they can make a better buying decision. So I don't work for Volta. I work with them very closely. They are a first-class act. They are located in Holland, Michigan. They had a camp out in August. They're going to do another one. It's I want to say it's going to be earlier in August. I don't know the dates. They haven't published them yet, but so I got to be back in Michigan by August for that. Yeah, Santa Fe is just a great town, right? Have you been to Las Vegas, Nevada? Oh my God, what a great town! We could all go to the drive-in. It's on Route 66. That would be great. Get like 10 vans doing drive-in movie. I'm so excited about all this stuff. All right, look at Teresa's helping support my light habit. I got a new habit now. I got lights to deal with. Love more of the van meetups idea. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Super excited about it. All right, folks, it's just at 7 o'clock, so let's call it a wrap. What else do I want to show you here? Yeah, give it a thumb up if you had fun tonight. Sure do appreciate that. We had a big crowd in here. This is great. The holidays are here. Everything's decorated for Christmas. It's just such a lovely time of night. Step outside since the show's over and look at the moon. Hopefully it's not cloudy, and see those two planets. And you now know what you're looking at in case you didn't before. Jupiter's to the left of the moon, at least from my perspective here in Georgia. Saturn's to the right. And if you got bionic vision, you can see Neptune between Jupiter and the moon. And it's pretty cool. I just love space stuff. And Artemis coming home soon. So thank you very much. Really appreciate you joining me tonight. Thanks for sticking. This was episode 99. Next week is episode 100. And we're coming up on 2 years of this program. I am so excited. And we got so much stuff planned. It's just, I'm sleepless at night for all the stuff we do. And you drive me forward. New video on Sunday. Why van travel sucks, which is kind of tongue-in-cheek. We'll see you then, and we'll see you next Wednesday for What's Up Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Journey on. Peace be with you, and we'll see you next week.